Plymouth Satellite 383. Initially introduced as the top trim level in the Belvedere lineup, the Satellite represented Plymouth's attempt to blend luxury with performance. In 1966, the Satellite had many engines to choose from, but the 383 was clearly the best value for your money. This engine produces a respectable 325 horsepower, and, paired with a TorqueFlite automatic or a 4-speed manual, gives the Satellite serious straight-line speed, allowing it to clock 0 to 60 in approximately 7 seconds. Despite its power, the Satellite was overshadowed by the more aggressively marketed Roadrunner and GTX in the following years. The Roadrunner, introduced in 1968, stole the spotlight as the budget muscle car with a brash attitude and cartoonish branding, while the GTX was marketed as the gentleman's hot rod. The Satellite, however, lacked a clear identity and suffered from less aggressive styling cues, making it less memorable despite its potent powertrain. Today, the '66 Plymouth Satellite 383 is a sleeper in the classic car market. With prices often hovering well below the more celebrated Roadrunner and GTX, it's an attractive buy for enthusiasts seeking Mopar muscle without the premium price tag. Well-maintained examples can still be found for under $40,000. Ford Galaxy 500 390. Launched in the late 1950s, the Galaxy lineup evolved throughout the 1960s, with the 1968 model showcasing a more refined and muscular design. Under the hood, the 390 cubic-inch V8 cranked out 265 horsepower, delivering robust acceleration for a car of its size. While not as aggressive as the 427 or 428 Cobra Jet, the 390 still offered a solid blend of power and reliability. The Galaxy 500 never had the same performance image as the Mustang, Fairlane, or Torino. It was marketed more as a family cruiser than a muscle car, despite its potent V8 options. Additionally, the Galaxy's large, full-size body made it less agile and more difficult to associate with the era's burgeoning muscle car craze. Today, the '68 Galaxy 500 is an undervalued classic that offers considerable bang for the buck. With prices typically ranging from $15,000 to $25,000 for well-preserved examples, it's a remarkably affordable entry point into big block Ford ownership. AMC AMX 390. Unlike its pony car rivals, the AMX was a true two-seater sports car, a bold move for AMC, a brand traditionally known for practical, economy-oriented vehicles. Launched in 1968, the AMX came equipped with a 390 V8 that churned out a robust 315 horsepower and 425 torque. Thanks to its short 97-inch wheelbase and relatively light curb weight, the car could rocket from 0 to 60 in just 6.6 seconds, making it a legitimate threat to more established muscle cars from the Big Three. While the Mustang, Camaro, and Challenger were plastered across posters and magazine covers, the AMX flew under the radar. Its two-seat configuration also limited its mass appeal, as most muscle car buyers wanted a backseat for cruising or drag strip bragging rights. Additionally, AMC's dealer network wasn't as widespread, meaning fewer people could experience the AMX's V8 fury firsthand. The '68 AMC AMX 390 remains a relative bargain in the muscle car market, with average prices ranging from $35,000 to $45,000 for well-preserved examples. It offers exceptional bang for the buck, considering its performance and rarity. Plymouth Duster 340. Introduced as a sporty variant of the Valiant, the Duster was designed to be lightweight, affordable, and surprisingly quick. Plymouth engineers stuffed a potent 340 V8 under the hood, producing 275 horsepower and 340 torque. Weighing in at just over 3,100 pounds, the car was a nimble performer, capable of hitting 0 to 60 in just over 6 seconds and running the quarter mile in the low 14 seconds. The Duster 340 is often overlooked in favor of Mopar's heavy hitters like the Cuda, Challenger, and Roadrunner. The Duster's compact, unassuming body style lacked its more muscular counterparts' aggressive, attention-grabbing looks. While the 340 engine was a screamer, it simply didn't have the big block reputation or cubic-inch bragging rights of the 383, 440, or Hemi. While big block Mopars have skyrocketed in value, Well-maintained Duster 340s can still be found for an average price of around $46,000, a fraction of what a CUDA or Challenger with similar performance would cost. Pontiac Grand Prix J. As the second generation of the Grand Prix, the 1970 model featured bolder styling with a longer, more aggressive nose, a swept-back roofline, and a distinctively upscale presence. The J designation represented the base trim level, but there was nothing basic about its performance. Under the hood, the Grand Prix J packed a 400 V8, producing 350 horsepower and 445 torque. The Grand Prix wasn't marketed as a muscle car, despite having the power to compete with contemporary GTOs and Firebirds. Instead, Pontiac positioned it as a personal luxury car, a category that emphasized comfort and style over raw performance. Additionally, the Grand Prix J lacked the flashy decals, hood scoops, and aggressive marketing that made other Pontiac models like the GTO famous. Consequently, it fell into a niche that muscle car purists often overlooked. Today, the '70 Pontiac Grand Prix J is a sleeper hit in the classic car world. Pristine examples can be found for $20,000 to $30,000, a fraction of what a similarly equipped GTO would cost. Ford Ranchero GT. As part of the fifth-generation Ranchero lineup, the GT model stood out with its muscular stance and aggressive styling borrowed from the Torino. This particular year marked a significant redesign with a more curvaceous body and a meaner, sportier look. The Ranchero GT came with a range of V8 engines, but the 429 Cobra Jet V8 was the star of the show, producing up to 370 horsepower. Paired with the optional Ram air induction system, it delivered formidable performance for a vehicle that was half muscle car, half pickup. Despite its impressive power and distinctive style, the Ranchero GT was overshadowed by other Ford performance models like the Mustang and Torino, leaving it overlooked in the broader muscle car narrative. Its unique blend of muscle car power and pickup practicality keeps its prices relatively low compared to its Torino and Mustang siblings. While pristine examples of the 429 Cobra Jet-equipped GTs are becoming rare, less powerful versions can still be found at reasonable prices, typically ranging from $15,000 to $30,000. AMC Javelin AMX 401. By 1971, the Javelin had been completely restyled with a bold, aggressive look that was both polarizing and undeniably distinctive. Under the hood, the AMX package introduced the formidable 401 V8, a new addition to AMC's engine lineup. This powerhouse churned out 330 horsepower and a monstrous 430 torque, making it the most powerful engine ever offered by AMC. With a 0 to 60 time in the mid-6-second range and quarter-mile times in the low 14 seconds, the Javelin AMX 401 was more than capable of hanging with the era's top muscle cars. However, AMC was always the underdog, a small, independent automaker competing against the Big Three. The Javelin didn't have a decades-long legacy or extensive racing pedigree to boost its image. Today, the '71 Javelin AMX 401 is a hidden gem in the collector car market. Well-maintained Javelin AMXs can still be found with an average price of around $31,000. As AMC's reputation continues to gain respect among collectors, the Javelin AMX is primed to become a sought-after investment. Plymouth Roadrunner 400. By 1973, Plymouth pushed forward with the Roadrunner, maintaining its iconic cartoon-inspired branding while attempting to adapt to the changing automotive landscape. The 1973 model featured a new fuselage-style body, which was more aerodynamic yet bulkier than its predecessors. Under the hood, the 400 cubic inch V8 was now the top engine choice, delivering 260 horsepower and 410 torque. It could be 0 to 60 in roughly 8 seconds, making it a solid performer despite its reduced output. The reduction in power, increased weight, and less muscular styling led many enthusiasts to dismiss it as a lesser Roadrunner. Today, the '73 Roadrunner 400 is an underrated bargain in the classic car market. With an average price around $30,000, it offers a compelling mix of Mopar pedigree, classic styling, and V8 power, without the hefty price tag of the earlier Hemi and 446 pack models.